Episode of the Marketing Podcast is brought to you by Neighborhood Domains. Every business needs a domain name, including yours. Visit neighborhooddomains.com and use offer code MARKETING to get 10% off hosting.
On this episode, we are talking about tech marketing. Hyundai has some new in-vehicle payment options. Clorox breaks the fourth wall, and Coca Cola has new Bluetooth dispensers.
Creativity sells. Applying the right creative at the right time is the recipe for great marketing. The Marketing Podcast looks at marketing news and finds the secret ingredients that make great marketing.
Hi, welcome to the Marketing Podcast. I'm Heather Watson.
And I'm Brendan Quigley.
How you doing today, Brendan?
Terrible.
Aww.
I'm totally joking. I just always say good, so.
Today's always great. It's always a great day. I think we've established that.
Podcast day.
It's podcast day, which means I don't
Welcome to podcast day.
need to be in the office. I get to be in the studio, and I feel like a celebrity.
This is it. Dimmed lights, big mics, headphones.
Yeah. I like being here. It's always fun. Today we're talking about marketing technology. Wait, isn't that what we always talk about?
But today's like, it's really apparent, right?
I don't know, is it? It's like marketing and technology really this time especially.
We promise.
So let's roll with it. So to begin with, I've got this really cool story out of from Hyundai. Actually, they announced that they've partnered with, I'm going to call them Zevo.
I'm good with it.
Okay, it's like XEVO.
Yeah.
Like Xerox. Let's go with Zevo.
Zevo.
So Hyundai and Zevo have partnered for in-vehicle payments. What does this mean?
This is awesome.
Right? So we all have them in our cars, or any newer car has them, the infotainment system, which is basically a giant glowing box in the middle of your dashboard that's connected to the internoodle, and you can look at maps and play music from. But now you can do more. This new partnership with Hyundai is allowing people to do in-vehicle payments to customers using the screen.
Like, I'm already doing this with my phone, right? Like, imagine not even having to tap your phone.
Oh, yeah, legitimately. So they're creating a wallet, just like your Apple Wallet, just like your Google Wallet. That's super secure. This is where Zevo apparently does their thing. That's what they're known for. And when you pull into a location, and the example that they've shown here is shows a Shell gas button, a Starbucks button,
a pink button.
A pink button, a white button.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Shell and the Starbucks ones stand out. So imagine you're driving through your drive-thru, you order your coffee, and then tap, you just hit your Starbucks order.
Oh, that's Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, it was. I was at Dunkin' Donuts not long ago. Dunkin' Donuts coffee got really expensive.
And Chevrolet, like getting an oil change. I had to zoom in on the picture.
Why would you do that in a Hyundai?
Ooh.
Are
they the same company?
I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyways.
Interesting.
So you can basically pay for coffee, gas, and parking. Maybe that's what Chevrolet is. It's valet. Is that what you're saying?
Nope. Oil change.
All right. Without having to pull out your phone to do exactly what we're already doing from the driver's seats of our cars. So it's really cool. I don't know. I'm sure the release says when it's going to be rolling out, but they're trying to car companies in general, but Hyundai is using the infotainment system to make it easier for drivers using the platforms. We've got our phones. Volvo has partnered with Google to power their Census infotainment system to let drivers use Google Assistant Play and Maps. GM is doing something that allows newer cars with commerce tech for food and gas stations reserve hotel rooms by touching the touch screen on the dashboards and such. So just one more.
I think there's so many applications for something like this.
I think so.
Like one of the ones I think about is if you've got a fleet of vehicles. You know, typically you have like a driver number with like a corporate card that you've got to go in so it knows who's who. Imagine just like typing in your PIN, you're now driving the vehicle, you pull up, you get your gas.
Mm-hmm.
If you commute, if there's fees on roads, like toll booths, like the list, it continues to go on and on. Imagine they're like just being able to drive through and it charges your car.
Yeah. So it's really cool. So, and here's the thing, and here's where the marketing piece comes in, because this is tech, and pretty much any brand can be inside of these things. But how are these partnerships being created? Where like we're looking at the screen, and it's Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, and Shell and Chevrolet, but that's just weird. Where are those partnerships coming from that you're getting? Like, who is serving those to you? And is it using geolocation to say, oh, you're near McDonald's, Heather, grab your coffee? That would be great. That would be swell if it's doing that. But then do I want my car trying to sell me shit while I'm driving? like that's the
to be
rudeness of it.
fair, the cars are kind of already doing that. Like Tesla did the unlock the bigger battery add-on.
Yeah, they're selling me stuff about my car.
Sure. But
not
it's
selling
coming.
me things as I'm driving down the road. And then it brings the whole conversation. It's like when you buy the car, do you own the car? Can you modify the software? No, you can't. They won't let you. That was an issue that came up about a year or so ago with a particular car that somebody overrode the software system, and then it was like warranty.
Void the warranty.
More than that, though. It was like he hacked into the onboard security system or something like that. But it's his car. He can do whatever the heck he wanted. But it's this kind of thing. It's
right.
So you're running proprietary software in your vehicle, and now you've got to get a license upgrade for your software.
I would use this.
I would totally use it.
Yeah.
I would totally use it. If the partnerships are right, and I can it's not going to show Dunkin' Donuts when there's no Dunkin' Donuts anywhere near me because of where I live.
And so I think this talks to friction, right? In terms of your company and your business and what you're selling and making it as easy as possible for someone to buy from you.
Yeah.
Because if my car was equipped with that, I totally would drive to the Shell gas station.
Right. Yep. Just to make it that much more.
Yeah, they're everywhere. It's not like you're going too far out of your way, but it's totally would.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. So how are you making the point of contact between your brand, your business, your ability for people to buy? Sure, you may not be able to be in the infotainment system of the latest Hyundai or Volkswagen.
No, but I think technology can help here. We've used the Square readers before for swiping the credit card.
Yep.
They have a tap reader.
Yep.
That connects via Bluetooth to your phone that lets people tap. So I think there are ways for technology to jump in here.
And this actually talks about how, and you had mentioned this, I don't know if it was on the podcast or just in a conversation, we have no reason to carry our wallets anymore because we're carrying stuff in our phone.
I had a panic moment this morning. I had to get gas and I was like, what if the phone doesn't work? I was like, I don't have a credit card. I don't have cash.
Yeah.
The phone better work. And for our U.S. listeners, we pump our gas first and then pay for it. We don't pay for it and then pump our gas.
Canadians are trustworthy
This is
folk.
it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I've pumped my gas. This better work.
I'm going to pay for it.
And it did.
Yeah. Yeah. So, we have less reason to carry our wallets. So if you can't accept tap, you need to accept tap, and this is just another, and this is why they're doing it. It actually said people may not be able to who are traveling may not be able to access their wallets. They were sitting on them, might be in a bag tucked away in their purse. And it's like, oh, I got to dig that out. I won't bother stopping, and for that fill up that you can delay, or for the coffee that you don't really need anyways, that's that one barrier that's going to make you not do it, right? Oh, my wallet's in the back seat of the car and my purse, I don't want to deal. But if I can just do it on board or through my phone, then great. So yeah, it's kind of a cool piece. Have you heard of the fourth screen?
The fourth wall?
Or the fourth wall? Sorry.
Most popularly Deadpool in the comics. He's got split personalities.
Right.
And so he'll have 3 or 4 speech bubbles around him all the time. And one of his personalities breaks the fourth wall.
Right.
And talks to the reader.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I thought we also talked about the third camera, the screen.
Well, I think it's from the stage, right?
Right.
The fourth wall's to the audience.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You told me that.
I told you that.
Yeah.
Really?
Sometimes.
Wow.
Sometimes you're on.
Sometimes I'm on, not apparently now. So Clorox, the bleach product, has unveiled a mobile video ad that breaks
What
the
a
fourth
segue.
wall.
Deadpool, the stage is Clorox.
Clorox.
We are talking about bleach.
We're talking about bleach. Not so bland, not so plain. So they have a pretty cool marketing initiative. They really want to do unique storytelling using mobile video, those two words together. So sometimes we're saying you got to do mobile, and other times we're saying you got to do video. These people are combining both. So it's got to be cool. So basically the fourth wall ad shows 2 videos, one on top of the other, with characters in each interacting across them. So in the top video, a worker in a disaster relief setting drops a bottle of Clorox down to a dad in the lower video who reaches up to grab it as he cleans the bathroom in his home. And it's trying to highlight how workers and home workers homeowners use its products in different settings and cleaning up and mold and flooded areas and classrooms and all that kind of stuff. And I don't really care about the messaging so much as I do about the way that they're delivering the messaging in this particular case, which we will share the full article on the marketingpodcast.ca. The original article is coming from Mobile Marketer. So it's just really, really neat. And it doesn't take a lot other than creativity, right?
And
we're just shooting 2 videos here.
They did it vertically too, right?
Right. So that's the other piece. They're wanting to, instead of doing your typical horizontal kind of view, allow users to just still hold the phone the way that they always want to hold the phone, and that's vertically. And they're shooting videos in a vertical way, and they're experimenting with new video storytelling strategies using real people in unscripted moments, in some TV ads too. So it's kind of a cool initiative, a cool different way, I guess you could say, that we're using video mobile marketing. So I wanted to just highlight that. Are we on to the next one already?
This is a fantastic one.
This is pretty cool. We do save the best for last on this one. That's for sure. So Coca Cola has those Freestyle dispensers, right? We see in a lot of restaurants all over the place. You can make your own creations, blend.
Like, they just jumped on a opportunity here.
Go for it.
They were like, people always mix the Sprite with the orange.
Yep.
For whatever reason. Or
Yep.
the root beer with the Coke or whatever they're doing.
The cherry.
Let's embrace it.
Yeah. So they've got these Freestyle dispensers. Now they're hooking them all up with Bluetooth and mobile app requests. So basically, you can have the mobile app on your phone. You can play with it almost like a game to create your favorite drink and share. When you get to one of these Freestyle dispensers, it scans your phone. It does say something about a QR code, which is a little queasy to me. But you show it your phone or you scan the machine, and it will take your recipe concoction and pour that drink. So it's kind of cool. It's fun. It's innovative. I think about like somebody like, I don't know. I always pick on my mother-in-law, but if she were to show up at one of these machines, she'd be so confused on what to do.
Where's the tap?
Right? Where's the tap? Where's the fountain? But you don't have to get the Freestyle. It just looks really confusing for people otherwise. But if you are doing the Freestyle and or the mobile app and Bluetooth, the cool part is that Coke is getting all that data on you. Right? And data on all these other people.
I know. Listen to us. The cool part is the data that they're collecting.
Data. So, but like this is how new formulas are formed, new recipes. Like if they're finding out that an overwhelmingly number of people are mixing the Sprite with the orange.
Well, but they've got like the flavor shots as well. So you
Right.
can like stick raspberry and Sprite.
Yeah.
Or you can stick,
So if you can do that, and they're finding tons of people are doing it. Now they've just invented a new product based on, some tweaks and user popularity. And now your favorite.
We are the lab.
Yeah, we are the lab. Precisely. We become that, right? And it also has enabled them. They ran a promotion elsewhere with the similar program. I'm going to find it here. Where in China, there were 5 million transactions with an e-coupon that offered a free Sprite at McDonald's every time the temperature got above 95 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's
right?
cool.
So that's a little bit of push marketing. Like you can leverage circumstances and reach your audience through the mobile app saying, hey, the temperature's at 95. Here's your coupon. Go.
So that's interesting because I've heard of businesses wanting to try to do it the other way. Say you're a patio and when it rains, you're trying to bring people inside, but people don't come because you're known for your patio. I've heard of people trying to give out coupons on those days to try to encourage sales on the days that are low. But it sounds like Coke in that situation is encouraging sales on a day that it would be like optimal to come get the Sprite.
Yeah.
To like just increase the sales on a day that's already
going to be high.
Yeah.
Yeah, because people know that they need their thirst quenched somehow.
Yeah.
So they might as well come get one.
I think that's an interesting point to take away from that. Like, we want to improve our weaknesses, but hey, just make the days that are good really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what Coke's up to with these Freestyle machines. I can't wait to try one.
Have you used them before? Well, I just downloaded the app.
I've used them in restaurants for sure. Not with the app, but I've used them in restaurants. I mean, again, we all have our go-to thing. It's like, I love cherry Coke. Cherry Coke was never a thing you could get in Canada for a long time. So as a kid, whenever I went stateside, I'd get cherry Coke, and then it came here, and it was in diet, which I really, really like, and which is really just Dr. Pepper. I think I've concluded my now much more sophisticated adult taste buds has realized they're one and the same. But I usually just get diet cherry Coke, and it's not even a mixture. It's just me excited because I never could get it before, right?
Yeah.
So
On the whole here, I think what's really interesting when it comes to your marketing is that there's a lot of technology out there that's like free or open source or like free to use. There's a cost associated with it, whether it's a payment gateway or something like that, that you could implement for your business, and whether it's the tap payments or just having a mobile responsive website that acts like an app. I think there's a lot of opportunity for small businesses to take advantage of.
And I think it really comes down to customization. No matter what your product is, people really want to feel like they're getting that personal service. So me and my Diet Coke, my Diet Cherry Coke, which isn't custom at all, but I know I have the choice, and having that choice makes me feel special, you know? And if you can add some sort of, it could even just be when you're bagging the goods. Like if somebody's walking out of the store with your product and they want to, you know, do you want the blue bag or the red bag to put it in today? They'll feel special. Like, doesn't matter, the blue bags and the red bags cost the same. Buy a stock of each and give people a choice. And it doesn't have to be that much of a difference, but you're getting a little bit of a choice in the matter. You feel like as a consumer that you have some sort of say and control. And then how can you personalize the experience in your business, in your brand, or at least make it feel like you're being, you're getting a personalized service. We talked about once before that kind of choose your own adventure down a website, right? No matter what you're trying to buy or whatever you're selling, really maybe you only have five products, and everybody gets those same 5 products, but it feels like, if you're a woman buying those 5 products or a man buying those 5 products, you're getting a different experience. And there's ways that you can do that. It's not trickery, but I guess it is a little bit of trickery, but it's really just, making people feel special in the transaction. Yeah. Are we on to our favorite things?
Yep.
It's favorite things time. So in our favorite things, we like to talk about our favorite things that will help us get through life in technology and marketing and apps and all the kind of stuff that we do as an agency for ourselves and for our clients. And today we are talking about
Tinder for mileage. I mean, Everlance.
What? Everlance, but that's funny you call it that.
Well, that's how it was described to me at the time.
Yeah, that's how it was described to me.
There you go.
That's
so,
weird.
Unofficial taglines, everybody. Basically, Everlance lives on your phone, and anytime you travel somewhere, it will detect that you've traveled. So for a small business or for like anyone who has to claim
mileage for work,
basically, it will automatically categorize and map and give you the distance for that trip. And it's remarkably good. I don't know exactly what it's doing on the tech side of it, but it's really good at like picking up trips.
And if you even stop for a minute to run into the store to get gas, it doesn't stop and start again. I think you have to be stopped for a period of time before it realizes your trip is over.
Yeah. So it's pretty good that way. And then I don't use it. There is an auto detect feature.
Oh, I use the auto detect all the time. Totally. So every time I get into a vehicle, mine or somebody else's, and I start moving more than however many kilometers an hour, it knows I'm in a vehicle and it starts tracking my trip.
Oh, I use the auto detect there. Sorry. Oh. I meant the auto categorize. That's what I meant.
Oh, the auto categorize. I don't do that.
Yeah.
But just to finish it, so it does detect your trip when you start and when you finish. And then I get an alert that tells me, your trip has ended and this is how much mileage you've encountered. And you can customize what your mileage rate is. And then I look at the map and I can basically swipe left or swipe right.
This is the Tinder part.
Exactly. And if I swipe right, then I'm assigning it as a work drive. If I swipe left, I'm doing personal. If I swipe farther to the left, there's 4 or 6 different options where it's like medical, charity.
I always get those options. It drives me crazy.
So you can categorize depending on how you're driving your time. So if you're tracking your mileage, it's a really cool tool for the most part. Oh, and you can also delete one. So if you take that secret trip for ice cream that you weren't supposed to go, which I may do on occasion, then there's 0 record of it, start to finish. So So it's fun that way. So and the reporting, you can export monthly reports, quarterly reports,
And
which
you can also
suffice.
choose to send it to someone. So if you've got a manager you got to send your mileage to,
Yeah.
this is a really simple way to do it.
And it suffices any government, Revenue Canada, and otherwise reporting requirements, date, time, the number of kilometers or miles that you traveled, and so on and so forth. From a reporting standpoint, it's great. It even does like little maps. You can just do like a visual report or a text report and pie charts. And there is like a receipt tracking or invoice tracking or something. And I don't use that.
And there's
because
also
I use other services for accounting.
car tracking, so you can like put in different cars. And
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, if you're in a fleet kind of situation or your
Again.
personal car versus a
Yeah.
work car, that kind of thing. So, yeah. So that's Everlance, and we kind of love it for day to day. And
Simplifies mileage reporting.
yeah, I'm gone are the days where I would carry around a notepad in the glove box of my car and always forget, and then always estimate.
Or
and
even worse, like look at your calendar and try to like, where did I go and how far is that?
and Googling the
Yeah.
maps to figure everything out. So that's, is it free? Is it paid? This is a question that I always have. I paid for mine. You didn't pay for yours. I
All
don't know
right.
what the difference is.
Everlance, if you're listening, your Android app is free, but your iOS app isn't.
There you go. So if you're iOS like me, you've got to pay for it. I think it's like $25 a year.
And I think it's only for the auto detecting of trips.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's what I paid
you
for.
You can still turn it on and off to track trips manually, but the auto detecting is what the payment is.
Right. Yeah, and I just wanted that because just like I would forget to take my little notepad out of the glove box when I started the car to start a trip to know what my odometer reading was when I started,
Yeah.
I would forget to turn on the Everlance to track my trip when I'm going for work. So yeah, that's Everlance, and that's a show. We're done. You're in the can. Happy days.
You're welcome.
No, it's thank
Oh,
you.
You're welcome. I mean, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
friends, for listening. Thanks for tuning into the Marketing Podcast, and join the conversation online at the Marketing Pod _ on Twitter, and on Instagram, the Marketing Podcast, and Facebook, the Marketing Podcast, and online, the marketingpodcast.ca, and on Pinterest, I'll stop.
We're not on Pinterest.
Okay. So once again, thank you for joining us for the Marketing Podcast. I'm Heather Watson.
And I'm Brendan Quigley.